Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Apple report for Tuesday, May 30th, 2023. Before I click on all the charts, please click like if you would and subscribe. And please check out wickedstocks.com, where you'll find a full suite of daily and weekly analytical videos like the daily Apple report, daily analysis in the Triple Q, daily analysis in the SPY, weekly S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, and long bond ETF, that is TLT analysis, and two individual stock picks every week that you never see on YouTube that cater to what I would call the longer term swing trader, 3 to 5 weeks out, and the near term investor, 2 to 3 months and beyond. We're always scouting for 20% moves in the underlying stock itself. Two individual stock picks every week. On to the charts. The first thing I'm going to show you, it is the NASDAQ 100, of which Apple is a significant component, settled in a long term buy signal last Friday. As you're well aware, Apple also settled in a long-term buy signal about a month ago, a little over a month ago, and that's still true above 170.68. But I must mention that the S&P 500 and the SPY and the futures market, the ES, all of them failed to close above long-term channel resistance. And so there's a bit of a contradiction here. One of the two will win out. Either the NASDAQ will fall off and settle back below 339.20 at the end of this week, and that would be considered a failed long-term buy signal, in essence, a valid sign of weakness as we move into June, July, or the S&P 500 is merely delayed in what it may actually do at the end of the week, which is to say, elicit a long-term buy signal itself by closing above 419.60 by a full 1% margin. That would put that index in play as a long-term buy. And by long-term, I'm talking through the rest of the year. And that is true as well with the NASDAQ 100 that already exists. Now, so with respect to the Triple Q, the NASDAQ 100, I'm telling subscribers that this really deserves another week. I'm not trying to suggest you shouldn't reach for 400 out of the money calls right now that don't expire for at least 6 months. If you want to do that, fine. It's just that we do need about another week to play out to see if this is really going to play out or not. Because until then it is susceptible to failure, and because of the longer term consequences of this buy signal, 1 week is not a long time to wait over the next, say, full year of activity. Let's get on with the Apple analysis. Once again, we have the long term buy signal still in play above 170.68 all week long. Still anticipating that 182.95 all time, 182.94 all time high from January of 22. I'm still calling this a 3 to 5 week target, even though we're a full 4 weeks into it with nothing really to show to the upside. But this consolidation can certainly happen right following a long-term move like this. But still, all systems go to the upside. And the daily chart has the same formation today at 170.46. This formation has been holding beautifully. I don't know if you've been participating in this or not, whether you're a day trader, swing trader, or long-term position trader, but it has offered a number of opportunities over the last month in getting long, staying long. Now, there's been no follow-through to the upside, but I will say that this 179.01 rising channel top is in reach this week. Possibly today. I'll get to that in a moment. But within the week, I think this is likely. 179.01, this 2-month channel top, still able to contain buying on a 2 to 3 day basis. In hindsight, obviously, I wish I would have considered this more of a 3-star resistance, giving you a little bit more confidence in selling it. But in light of the long-term buy signal, I just thought that was not a good play to get short, aggressively short at this formation when we're actually anticipating the 182.94 formation. So if we happen to close, I'll just say this right now, above 179.01 in the coming days, 182.94 is right around the corner, another 3 to 5 days up. And it is presently part of a long-term when I say long-term, I'm talking coming off that March low. So that is a 3-4 month rising channel top, presently at 184.28. This would be a range of resistance if we were to close today above 179.01 that I would expect within the week, where we could top out through next week. We can top out at 182.94 on a weekly basis, possibly into later June. We could do the whole double top thing for a while and capture some shorts in the market, falling back into the low 170s, only to rotate higher again as we move into July. That is a real possibility. But this long-term buy signal above 170.68, as I've been mentioning for a month, carries with it, I think, I'll use it the word likelihood of 219.35 over the months ahead, over the next full year, I'll put it that way. And it could be sooner. Closing above 182.94 anytime soon probably put this in reach within 3 to 5 months. So that is the big picture play. Now for the day itself, let me come to the right chart here. I've got 173.15. So if we ease back a bit Monday morning, 173.15 stands out as sort of the area to buy for the day if given the opportunity. Nothing more than a 50% downside retracement over the last 3 days. I like it as well because it lines up pretty well with Friday's low of 173.11. So it also has downward pivot point qualities through into tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. In other words, closing below 173.15 today, we should Wednesday or Thursday retest that 170.68 channel top on the daily chart at 170.46, which would provide another buy opportunity on a longer term basis. So here's your 173.15 over to the right. If we close below it, expect the low 170s. So that is the buy level for the day aggressively. Now, with less aggression, our 174.71. 174.71, I had 175.16 last Friday. That was the former high settlement price. We closed above it. We certainly settled the week. We're already in a bullish dynamic longer term. The question is, what does the day look like? I do have a respectable, roughly horizontal channel top right now at 176.51. I almost called this a session containment level, one that may contain daily buying pressures, but in light of what played out last week in the triple Q and the fact that we're bullish this stock Apple anyway, 176.51 I've just reduced to an intraday pivot point. If we happen to push or open today above 176.51, that is your green light for 179.01, which is considered a weekly objective anyway, as I mentioned earlier. I think this level is likely to be tested this week, and if we push today above 176.51, we may well reach it today. That is an opportunity. If you're long as a swing trader coming off that buy opportunity last week that presented itself at this 170.46 formation, if you're still long that and your time horizon is 3 to 5 days or a full week or two out, 179.01 is a good spot to take profits. Maybe not all of your profits. Longer term, we're still bullish, and there's nothing to say that we wouldn't settle above 179.01 later this week. And as I mentioned earlier, if we do, we're another 3 to 5 days away from reaching our 3 to 5 week objective at 182.94. Now for the downside, I'll go back to this chart. 174.71 is nothing more than this gap, the low of the gap. How do I put this? When we put this high out, the following day we gapped lower. We filled that gap actually on Friday, closed above that gap, and this level, the next day level where we sold off, the high of that day is 174.71. I like that because it also correlates pretty well with these former highs. I think this is 174.53. There you go, right there. And so 174.71 is your intraday support. 176.51 is your intraday resistance. If we break or open below 174.71, 173.15 is in reach today, where we can place a daily low, possibly even bottom out into later week. But if we close below 173.15, that pivots the market south Wednesday, Thursday, back into this long-term support region in the very low 170s. Last thing I will say is I just cleared 9 minutes. I don't like to hit 10 minutes on these videos. I think it's too much to ask. But if we close below 173.51, then we're geared for, once again, retesting long-term support at 170.68. If we close below 170.68 on Friday by a 1% margin, all bets are off. And I will briefly show you that price target would be 160.28 within 2 to 3 weeks, and this 151.21 formation within several months. But we are not there right now, a long way from it. We'll just see how the week plays out, and I'm going to leave it at that. Please click like, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com. We offer a 5-day money-back guarantee. 5-day free trial.